everyone. So today's video is going to be on the floor, actually laying down on the floor, because sometimes you just don't feel like standing up, and you may not even feel like sitting, just feel like laying down. So let's try it. Let's see how many parts of the body we can stretch and strengthen, all from laying on our backs. All right, so stretch out, extend your legs, take a nice stretch, lift your arms overhead. Now let your toes go toward the wall in front of you and let your fingertips go toward the wall behind you. Feel that space you're creating in the middle between your ribs and your hips. Take a big breath in, fill up. Exhale through your mouth as you bring your arms to your sides. And then lift your arms to the ceilings. Now turn your palms to face each other. Push your fingertips up into the ceiling so you feel the sides of your shoulders lifting up off the floor. And then just set them down again. Push up and set down. Push up and set down. You can feel this across your back, in your shoulders, in your arms. This time, push up, clasp your hands together, turn them inside out, push your palms to the ceiling, swing your arms overhead. Now push your palms into the wall. Breathe. And then just release your arms. Make big wings like a snow angel. Let your hands hover above the mat. Push your fingertips down toward your toes. And then just clasp your hands behind your head. Roll your head to the right. Roll your head to the left. Roll to the right and to the left. Again right, and again left, and back to center. Tuck your chin in, release it back. Tuck it in, release it back. Tuck it in, release it back. Now, bring your elbows up so they're pointing toward the ceiling, and let the hands at the back of your head push upward as if they're going to lift your head, but your head is going to resist. It's going to push down. So an isometric pose. Looks like nothing's happening, but those neck muscles are really working. The shoulder muscles are working too. Remember, your hands are pushing up into the back of your head, but your head is pushing down into your hands. And then release and drop your elbows open. Let's do that again. Bring your elbows up, push up, and push down. Okay? Might wobble a little or shake a little because of all the muscle activity. And lower down. Open your arms, little butterfly pulses with your elbows, and then just bring your fingertips to your shoulders and make big circles with your elbows in each direction. And then release your arms. One more time, roll your head to the left, roll your head to the right, come back to center, bend your knees. Now drop your knees to the left, roll your head to the right, and then switch. And switch. And switch. And come on back to center. Bring your knees up into your chest, hug them in tight, and make some circles with your knees, giving your back a nice massage. And then bring your feet to the floor. Drop your knees out to their own sides. Pulse a few times with your knees. Just feel that nice stretch in the inner thighs. And then a little bit of weight feet with your hands on your thighs. Come to stillness and breathe. Lift your arms up and flex your wrists. Spread your fingers wide. Make a fist, drop down, and come on up and spread. Make a fist, drop down, come on up and spread. One more, down and up. Turn your palms up toward the ceiling so your fingertips are headed away from you, and then just turn your fingertips in toward each other and out to the sides. And make some circles. And open your arms wide. Big inhale. Exhale, bring your arms together. Big inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Ha. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. Ha. Arms out to the sides, to cactus arms. Bring your knees together. Now drop your fingertips down, headed toward the bottom of your mat. Lift them up toward the top. Head down and up, working the shoulders. Down and up. And then with resistance, bring your elbows together. So a lot of resistance. Forearms touch. A lot of resistance as you lay them back down on the floor. And then again, resistance. Come up and down. And resistance. Come up and down. Clasp your hands behind your head. Stretch your legs out. Now just plug your heels into the mat. Take an inhale, exhale. Look up, look down at your toes. You can flex your ankles. Lower down. Bring the right elbow over to the left. Come back to center. Left over to right. Come back to center. Lift up and look at your toes. Lower down and twist. Right elbow to left, left elbow to right, and back. Inhale, exhale up. Look at those toes. Hold a little bit longer. So your abdominals are doing the work. You could take your hands away. They're just there to hold the back of your head. But they're not lifting you. Your abdominals are. Lower down. Take a breath. And one more twist to each side. And come back to center. Now, point your toes. Flex your ankles. Point your toes. Flex your ankles. Point your toes. Flex your ankles. Circle your toes. Rotating your ankles. Slide your heels a little bit wider apart. Then turn the toes in toward each other, out to the side. In toward each other, out to the side. In toward each other, out to the side. And again. And again. Slide your heels back in so they're about hip distance apart. Now imagine you're standing on the floor. You're going to roll to the inner edge of your foot and the outer edge. Just keep doing that. Imagine that you're rolling across the ball of your foot. Just get some strength into those ankle muscles so that they support you if you were to trip. Start to feel them fatigue, and just go a little bit beyond that. And circle your toes, and come back to center. Now drag your right heel back. Bring the knee up into your chest. Extend your legs straight up to the ceiling. Flex the ankle. Slowly lower that leg down. Let it hover above the mat. You feel your abdominals working. Bend your knee. Straighten your leg. Flex your ankle. Slowly lower that leg. Hover. Bend your knee. Straighten your leg. Flex your ankle. Slowly lower down. Hover. And one more time, bend your knee in. And then switch. Extend that leg. Bring the left knee up. And switch. This is for the abdominals. And switch. And then the next time that your left knee comes up, let it stay there. Extend the leg straight up to the ceiling. Flex the ankle. Nice straight leg, so you're getting a lot of stretch in the back of the leg. And then slowly lower down. Hover. Bend your knee. Straighten your leg. Slowly lower down. Hover. Bend your knee. Straighten your leg. Slowly lower down and hover. And one more time, bring your knee in and then straighten it. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Bend your knees. Bring your feet to the floor. Release your hands. Take a breath. Let's work on our backs just a little. So press down into your feet and into your upper arms. You can bend your elbows. Let your fingertips point up. Press down as you lift your hips straight up to the ceiling. And then push your knees forward. Round your chest back toward your chin. Squeeze your buttocks and lift your tailbone a little bit higher. And hold there and breathe. Nice arch for your back. Nice back strengthener. And now just slowly roll down. One vertebrae at a time lays down on the mat until your tailbone lands. Windshield wiper your knees back and forth. Let's do that one more time. So press down and lift up. Remember to push your knees forward so that you get a stretch through those quadricep muscles. Create a nice arch in your back by letting your chest round back to your chin. And then lift your hips a little bit higher. Slowly come down. Windshield wiper your knees. Press the small of your back into the mat. Release any tension there. Drop your knees out to their own sides. Bring the soles of your feet together. The sides of your feet push into the mat. And so do your upper arms. And you lift your hips up. So this is for an entirely different set of muscles. This is for the psoas muscle, which wraps around the back very deep, right by the sacrum, comes around your hips and attaches to your inner thighs. It's actually the muscle that helps you to walk forward, lifting your thigh as you place your foot forward and down. Breathe. We hold that a little bit longer. It's a deep muscle. And then lower down. Bring your knees together, windshield wiper again. A little bit more for the abs. So bring your hands onto your knees, onto your thighs. Slide them down, take a breath. Exhale, slide them up. Lift your head and shoulders and hold. Inhale, slide them down. Exhale, slide them up. Inhale, slide them down. Exhale, slide them up. Hold a little bit longer. Inhale, slide them down, and exhale, slide them up. And down. Stretch your left leg out. Bring your right leg up to the ceiling. Clasp your hands around the back of it. And then lift your forehead towards your knee. And lower down. Now lift your head and shoulders. Slide your hands to the back of your knee. Lower down and let your leg come with you. So you're really stretching in the hamstrings and in the calf muscles. Flex your ankle. Get a little more sensation in the calf. Lift again. Slide your hands to the thick part of your calf muscle and lower down. Bring your leg with you. And breathe. And then release that leg. Let it slowly make its way down to the mat. And just notice if it feels perhaps a little bit longer than the other one. Bring your left leg up. Clasp your hands. Lift up and bring your forehead toward your knee. And hold. Breathe. And slowly down. Lift up, slide your hands behind your knee, and then lower down. Bring your leg with you. Flex your ankle. Lift up, slide your hands behind the calf muscle. Lower down. Bring your leg with you. Breathe. And then release that leg. Let it slowly make its way down. And just notice both legs. Bend your knees. Bring your right foot onto the left thigh. Push the right knee out to the side. So actually take your hand and do that. Push it away. And then lift your left foot and thigh. Thigh comes in closer to your chest. Straighten your left leg, reach through, and pull that leg in closer. Use your right elbow to push your right knee away. You feel that in the right leg, in the hamstrings, maybe right across your buttock, into that thick buttock muscle. And then slowly just drop both feet back, windshield wiper. Then take your left ankle onto your right knee and use your left hand to push that knee away. Feel the change in the hip joint. And then lift your foot, bring your thigh in closer, extend your leg. Flex your ankle, reach through, clasp your hands behind your thigh. Use your left elbow to push your left knee away. Hold and breathe. And release both feet to the floor. Now take your block, slide it underneath your sacrum. Bring your legs straight up to the ceiling, open to a nice wide V. Turn the toes down toward the floor. push your heel into the side wall. You can hold on to the block with your hands so that it stays in place and you feel stable. And then bring your legs together. Bring them in closer to your body. Slowly bring them up to vertical. Lower them forward to the halfway point. Open there to a straddle. Come back together. Slowly lower your legs all the way to the floor. Take a few breaths here. Enjoy this nice open front body. Breathe. Very nice opener for the hip flexors right through here. And then bring your feet back, bend your knees and lift them right over your hips. Now, flex your ankles, slide your knees back, and then push forward, straighten your legs, and slowly come back. And push forward to the wall in front of you, and slowly come back. Again, push forward to the wall in front of you, and slowly come back. Extend your right leg out, let it hover above the mat. Bring it back into place. Then your left leg. Bring it back. Then your right leg. Bring it back. And your left leg. Bring it back. Tap your right toe to the floor. Bring it back. Tap your left toe. Slowly bring it back. Right toe. Left toe. And then both toes. Lift your legs. Take a breath. Bend your knees, bring your feet to the floor. Press down into the block. Lift your feet about 4 inches off the floor. Lower them and lift them. 2 inches down, 2 inches up. So this is for the lower abdominals. Easy to get into the middle abdominals, but there's not a lot of poses that get into these lower abdominals. Lower down. Take a breath. Press down. Lift up again. This time, just lift your shins so they become parallel with the floor. Hold there and breathe. You can flex your ankles, point your toes, flex your ankles, point, flex, point, flex, and lower. And breathe. Lift your hips, put your block aside. Roll over on to your left hip. Let your head rest on your arm. Stretch your legs out and then just bend the bottom one so you have a little more stability. Bring your hand in front of your chest. Take your top leg, face the toes forward, and flex the ankle, and then lift that leg up. And slowly lower it down. I'm just going to move up a little so you can see my leg better. And then again, on the inhale, up. And exhale down. Turn your toes upward. So this time, as you lift up, your toes are leading the way. You have a different range of motion. And lower down. And then again, turn your toes up. Lift, the toes are leading the way. As you come up, you might turn your toes even a little more outward at the top. And lower down. Straighten your bottom leg. Press into your hip and lift both legs up off the floor. This is for your back. Bend your knees, roll over onto your back, give your back a nice little massage. And then stretch your legs out and roll over onto your right hip. So, collapse your arm, rest your head, flex your top foot, bend your bottom leg, and then toes are pointing forward. You're going to lift up. This is getting into the outer thigh. And we do it the other way, it gets into the inner thigh. Take a breath. Exhale, come up again. And lower down. Turn your toes upward. Take a breath. Lift your leg. Come up. And slowly down. And turn again. Toes facing up. Lift your leg. Slowly down. Straighten your bottom leg. Bring your knees and ankles close together. Press down into your hip. Lift both legs. Breathe. Lower down. Bring your knees into your chest. Roll over onto your back. And give your lower back nice little massage. So that's our practice on the floor. A lot of stretching, a lot of strengthening. The only thing we weren't able to do is balance. But one thing you could do for balance is, to add it to this practice, lift your right leg, left knee is bent, elbows in close to your body with the elbows bent. Lift up, swing that leg, just a little bit of balancing required. Bend down, switch to the other one. Straight leg, lift your hips. It's not the same as balancing on your feet. And then come on down, but there's a little. So we did strengthening for the legs, the belly, the back, and a little bit of balance. All from the reclining position. So pick your position for Shavasana. Stretch your legs out or keep them bent. If they're bent, heel toe your feet to the edges of your mat and let your knees fall in toward each other. So you don't use any effort in holding your knees up. And then close your eyes. Turn your palms up. Tuck your shoulder blades under. Take a nice deep breath. Fill your chest. And let go. Fill your belly this time, and then your ribs, and then your chest. Let go in reverse order from the chest, the ribs, the belly. So just stay here as long as you want. A little short meditation or a long meditation. Let your body go. Nothing more for it to do. So in meditation, the idea is to clear the mind, to quiet it a little bit, quiet the chatter, so that as things get quieter, you sort of have a erasing of all the things that are written on the whiteboard. And when you come to the other side of your meditation, you might have a new perspective, a different solution. And in general, you might feel less stressed. So as I said, focus on whatever you like to focus on for your meditation practice. It might be the breath. It might be a visual that you have. It might be a mantra, something like Om that you say over and over. It's up to you. Thank you very much for joining me today, and namaste. Be well.